field. Exciting to be back on this field with this team and these guys. Important off-season for us. The last 8 weeks have been critical to our success for next year. Really started off with the coaching staff, being able to put that staff together, being able to watch them work over the last 4 weeks, see how they are around our kids, having the opportunity to watch them go through walkthroughs and meetings, and now watch them out on the field today. Extremely exciting. Bring a lot of experience, a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and the kids, you can tell they're running around having a great time with them. It's also important for us personnel-wise coming in this offseason. Really like the fact that we've got 9 out of 11 starters coming back on defense, 8 out of 11 starters coming back on offense, as well as all the specialists are back. Was critical for us coming in as far as personnel goes. You know, off of 17 kids, scholarship kids that got redshirted last year, to have a tremendous offseason and a tremendous spring. That we're really glad to welcome back Tyler Vaughns and Jay Tufeli and Stephen Carr and Elijah Vera-Tucker, who I thought made great decisions for themselves to be able to come back and garner another year, not only for their degree, but to upraise their stock to the highest level, and they look great today. The winter conditioning program I thought was really important for us. Credit to Aaron Osmus and his staff over the last 8 weeks. I've watched our kids get stronger, get faster, put weight on, put muscle on. You see these kids, they're getting huge, especially a lot of these young kids that we're going to be counting on next year. And credit to Russ Romano and his staff. You know, as of August 1 last year, we had 30 surgeries last season. And it's really important for us from a rehab standpoint to get those kids back and get them healthy. So there are some kids, as you saw today, that won't be involved in spring. They'll have to be more mental and have the opportunity to rehab and be ready for next fall. Spring ball is important. These 15 practices over 5 weeks are going to be critical for us. You know, to have the opportunity to put a new defensive system in, to have the opportunity to put new fundamentals and technique and system in special teams wise, and then go from year 1 to 2 with an offense that took huge strides last year. We're expecting even more from that group this year. So very important spring for us. Obviously, anytime that you have a lot of folks coming back, there's high expectations, but that's what SC is, and we welcome those expectations. We look forward to the preparation we're going to get with the next 15 practices going into next year. Finally, obviously, you know, not only our nation but the world is going through a very critical issue right now with the coronavirus. I want to credit our administration, Dr. Folt and Mike Bone, for really being proactive. And you know, our school, I thought, was more proactive than reactive. They did a tremendous job of being able to establish an online opportunity for kids to be able to get information about this virus. They established a hotline right off the bat. They brought in the online classes to allow our kids to still study. And then, you know, they always kept us notified. And it allowed us as a sport administration and coaches to, one, keep our kids notified. It gave us the opportunity to be able to get educational material through the World Health Organization. It allowed us to sit down with every player and say, hey, where are you going for spring break, and ensure that they're not leaving the country. And it's our opportunity to stroke Purell on them every opportunity that I get to make sure their hands are clean. You know, the sad thing is we do have to take the measures to be able to put us in the safest environment. And for our fans, I apologize, but we have to do what's best. We're hoping for open practices, but that's not going to be the case. You know, we're going to go to March 29th, just like all the rest of the school is, doing online classes. We'll keep status quo as far as practice, as far as online classes. We'll see where we are March 29th. Hopefully this is passed. And if it has, then we'd love to welcome our fans back out. If it's not, then we're going to have to continue to keep practices closed. With that, I'll answer any questions that you have.
Can you run down the injury list and who's out for the spring?
Wow, that's long. Who would you like to know about?
Starters, well, Amon-Ra's out for the whole spring?
Yeah, so Amon-Ra went through a sports hernia surgery. You know, he really did a great job last season fighting through some pain, diagnosed it after the season, and really gave him the opportunity to get that fixed. And, you know, it does take a couple months to get over. So we wanted to get that out of the way, and we thought it was important to do it now.
Tufeli and Step?
Jay is, because it's Wednesday, we usually practice Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Jay is currently in class. Wednesday here is a lot more class days for us. And then Marquise, it will not practice this spring. He's continuing to rehab. He is progressing nice. You can see him out here starting to run and move, but we won't put him in practice this
Is there
spring.
a setback with him?
No, he's doing good. Obviously, anytime that you have that type of surgery, it can be anywhere, and especially a 235-pound back. We want to be ultra careful to make sure it comes back the right way. And when he gets medically cleared, when he feels comfortable with it, and I feel comfortable with it, he's going to be back.
Were you not sure when they asked you
What's that?
about Amon-Ra, what it was during the season? Is that it took him a while after the season?
Yeah,
to figure it out?
it really was something that went undetected, and had a groin. Didn't know if it was a groin. Didn't know, kind of hidden. And then we went to a specialist to be able to see what was going on. He actually did the surgery across the country on the other side of Philadelphia. Yeah, and then came back. So we went to the best specialist that we felt that could help, and he's feeling a lot better. And it's good to get it out of the way now.
In terms of JT, what's the hope for him?
Yeah, right now he's just not medically cleared. The surgery went extremely well. He had a second minor surgery to clean up a little scar tissue, and then that kind of pushed it back just a little bit. But he is on pace for the fall. We look forward to getting him back. We look forward to that competition. We're going to reevaluate him where he's at after spring break. The hope is maybe by the end of spring ball, maybe we can get routes on air, maybe some one-on-one, but we're not going to rush things. The most important thing is his health first, making sure he's 100% ready for fall camp and ready to compete.
ITS?
ITS, obviously, a major surgery after the bowl game, not an ACL, but other ligaments that had to be repaired. He will be ready by fall camp.
I know some programs have suspended unofficial and official visits on campus. Some have done it with their assistants for the spring recruiting period. Have you guys talked about that?
We have not gotten to that point yet. We have discussed measures as of spring football right now. We are allowing recruits on campus as of right now to watch spring football. But as things go, it's changing daily. And the one thing that I appreciate from our administration, they are giving us constant information by the day. And it's been really proactive. Right now we're fortunate as a university that it has not hit us, knock on wood. But things change by the day, and as I get information, I'll pass it on to you.
What can you say about the intensity of the new defensive coaches?
I thought the guy that gave the best juice today was Coach Orlando. I'm going to tell you, he was absolutely all over the place. I think my favorite play is when Brew came down and scored down here. He ran about 60 yards to come high-five him and hug him after the touchdown. That's the type of guy he is. He coaches as hard as the kids are practicing and loves the game. And so it was really neat to see him and Coach Niver and Dante and Vic really get after today. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great to see him. It's obvious why they're some of the more elite coaches in the country.
He's really emphasized. Oh, go ahead.
Vavai Malapai and Jalen McKenzie?
Yeah, Vavai is still recovering and still rehabbing. He's not all the way clear yet for practice. You see him out here running, which is a great sign. He's getting healthier and healthier and healthier. But coming off that meniscus, and that chondral defect, it's going to take a little bit more time. Who's the other gentleman?
Jalen McKenzie.
Jalen McKenzie's fine. He's going to be practicing today. Had some academic requirements today, like Jay did. We've set everything up Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and obviously by moving because of the weather, Wednesday calls.
Todd's really emphasized practicing physical. Vic said violence. Is that going to be different than in the past? Is there a difference you expect in the way you guys are going to approach it?
We get the opportunity of 8 tackle practices. That's the NCAA rule. We're going to use all 8 live tackle opportunities as long as we're staying healthy. We need that with a bunch of young players, and that is a great opportunity for us to get better. And so we'll use all 8. We have to have 2 helmet practices to start off by NCAA rule. We will be full pads on Saturday, and we will tackle. I think it's about 37% of the practice, as much as you're allowed. So we've most of the team segments that you see will be live tackle.
Reaction to Brew, Gary Bryant, and Daniel Mater Baby today.
Oh my goodness, was it nice to see them. I'm so happy for Daniel. The amount of work that he's put in, the patience that he's put in, to be granted a 6-year, and then you saw him today. I mean, his athleticism has always been there. I'm so happy for him, for his health. There's a guy that's got his degree and his master's from this university, and now is getting a minor, and getting the opportunity to play the game he loves. Couldn't be more happy for him. The two young bucks and Brew, it's great to have Brew back out here, healthy, strong, and full of energy, and made some nice plays today. The last gentleman you said,
Gary Bryant.
Yeah, Gary. I thought Gary and Josh, for two guys that are coming out here and it's their first time, we saw it in winter workouts. They just have this maturity about them. I think one credit to the programs that they came from, coming from Narbonne, coming from Centennial. They came in here really advanced, and a mindset that, hey, I want to come in here. Nothing's entitled to me. I'm going to come earn it. That's the mindset that they've had, and they showed it today.
Do you feel like the team needed to be more physical when it came to practice or preparation? Just generally, it seems like that was kind of the message from.
Well, the biggest thing is as you look back from last year, we want to get better as a tackling football team. It's something we're healthy right now with a lot of numbers. We're missing a couple guys. As long as we can keep these numbers, we're going to tackle as often as we can. We want that physicality. We want that violence, and that's what you'll see this spring.
With Vera Tucker, have you decided that he's going to be the left tackle, or what's the thought process?
No, we're trying to find out who the best 5 are. It is a great opportunity for Elijah and others to play multiple positions, and you've seen us do that. You'll see Elijah and Jalen practice snapping because we want them to have that tool in their toolbox. So Elijah is one of those special guys. When you watch us and you've seen the signees, you see a lot of tackles signed. Their size, their athleticism, their length can go across the board. And then you have some special guys that can operate with the ball in their hand at center. But you look at that Austin Jackson class, Austin Jackson, Jalen McKenzie, Elijah Vera Tucker, Andrew Voorhees, they all played tackle in high school. So they have the availability to be anywhere from tackle, guard, or center when needed.
What's the status of Andrew Voorhees?
Andrew's getting better. He is strong as an ox. He did this 225 test the other day. He had 46 reps on it, which is incredible. His lower half is getting really strong too. We're being very protective. He had a major surgery. We invested in it so he can have a great year. He's just not quite there yet. I heard one back over here.
What's the message to Keaton in terms of him just going through that elbow situation? How much do you have to monitor that, especially given the fact that there aren't a lot of scholarship QBs on the roster?
Yeah, for us, we are rep counting him right now. He is healthy. I talked to him today. We're rep counting him to about 150 reps a day. Balls, that's warm up, that's everything. And the kid's doing a wonderful job with it. He's put a lot of rehab into it. My message to him, as well as all the quarterbacks, that goes from Keaton, JT, Matt, Bradley. It's our job. It's our job to progress. And even JT, I loved what he did today. He came out here and he got every mental rep. He was looking at the signals, playing the play in that mind. I'm listening to him say, hey, it should go here. That's what you want, to see Matt come right back out here and just competing his butt off, right off the bat again. That's what you want from that position, and so we'll make the most of these 15 practices, whether it's mentally or whether it's physically, for those kids. And they know that when you're a USC quarterback, everybody right behind you is trying to get that job, So each one of them are competing out their field on that field in their own way. So it's good to see. All right, guys. You good?
Yep.
Coach,
All right. Yes.
Michigan canceled their spring game. Do you guys plan to keep your spring game going in April?
Well, right now, like I said, we're gonna, we're status quo where we are till March 29th, and then people that are a lot smarter than me, who is our university administration as well as our sports administration, will guide us on what we need to do. The one thing that we will always do is protect our students and our student athletes. So, if the game is canceled, it will be canceled. As of right now, we're status quo of closed practices until March 29th, and then we'll see where we're at, both here as well as across the country. God bless everybody that's fighting this thing, and all the people that are out there helping with it. But it's a situation, and we have to deal with it. All right.
They're talking about playing March Madness with no
fun for no crowd. As a coach, how would that affect you?
One of the special things about the game is the passion that the fans bring. It's going to be the other thing that happens with student athletes. They're very disciplined creatures, and when you're playing for a national title, it doesn't matter if there's 1 or 1 million fans in the stands. You want to hold up and hoist that trophy. Obviously, when some of the passion is gone, you have to be even more disciplined. You have to kind of bring your own. We've all been in those games, sometimes maybe inclement weather, where the fans didn't show up, and we all will talk about, okay, hey, we got to bring our own energy and our own juice as a team. So I would imagine the people that are in those situations, the teams, their coaches are going to probably keep that philosophy of, hey, we have to produce our own energy in this situation. Okay, any more? Good.